These are almonds and cashews and pecans. When you get yourself, I use only rice milk. Now let me tell you something about rice milk. Rice milk has very little nutritional value. But it's good for making smoothies because it's sort of like neutral. It has no sugar in it. It's made from rice. But when you mix it with fruits, or you mix it with vegetables, however you like to make it, I use it to cook a lot with. Don't buy the vanilla because the vanilla has sugar in it. This is just the plain one. I don't like soya products with the exception of tofu. And the question of soya products is that soybeans are so genetically modified. And also they're a little higher in fats than rice. So I use the rice milk. You take the rice milk, and I use this thing called a bullet. And instead of going out and spending all this money buying that rice water that they have the audacity to call rice milk, that's full of sugar and sweeteners, you could do that. And if you like, I'll tell you what I like to do occasionally. I mean, this is what I like to do. But you can make this in a blender, in a big, I use a Vitamix. And you can make a quart of it. And then you could refrigerate it. Then when you want to get a little fancy, you take a glass that you want to have, and you put it in a bullet, and you add grapes to it, or strawberries, or blueberries. You know, not too many, because that's not your, I don't want you to talk about a smoothie. I just use mainly grapes. And I'll blend that together. If you want to plain it, just put a little drop of honey in it. Give it a little bit more flavor. Or natural cocoa. You could put a little, you make a chocolate milk from it. You know, because there's a lot of wonderful things you could do with this. And you go buy it in the store. They're very expensive. They're watered down. And in my opinion, they have very little for nutritional value, especially for the money that you're spending on it. So you put this together. This to me is the third most important machine I have in my house. The most important machine that I have in my house, and I love it to death, is the Vitamix. No chef should ever be without a Vitamix. They cost $600-700, but they're worth it. The next one is a Cuisinart. With the Cuisinart, you can make pestos, you can do all kinds of things with the Cuisinart. Hummus, all wonderful stuff. And the bullet. Wonderful machine. You know, you have to get used to a certain amount of noise in your life. But this is good noise. And you just listen to it, and it'll tell you when all these nuts happen to be blended enough for you to drink. That's it. This is almonds, pecans, and cashews, all three alkaline forming protein nuts. They're wonderful for you. You can drink as much as you like. Come over here. You get a glass, you can give your guest some of this. And voila, you've got yourself a glass of nut milk. I say almonds because almonds are so sacred. They're such a magnificent food. And you have yourself almond milk. What I abhor the most, is all these soda drinks that they're killing our youth with. They're killing everybody with. They're making people fat, and they're making them diabetic. This is all commercial, dyes, junk, poisoned food that people can. I was with some very, very intelligent, well-aware, brilliant, successfully wealthy people in Los Angeles. We went to the movies. They bought a thing this big full of popcorn, and Pepsi Cola this big in a cup. What are they doing? They're digging their grave with their teeth. It's all poison. Here, good health.